Hello there, welcome to the Instant Nursery Manager demonstration. So let's just log into the system, shall we? Our username is M and the password is number 1. Of course, in the real world you would set your own passwords up by clicking this button here. Say OK to that, and this will bring us here into the main screen. Now this system will run on any Windows operating system. We're presently running this system on the new Windows 8 operating system. If you're an Apple Mac user, the system will run on your Apple Mac, but it would have to be housed on our server. If you do have any questions, you can always contact us and we can explain to you how you can run the system on your Apple Mac. Now in this demonstration we have about 100 children in the system. They're all fictitious. So if you want to find a child, look, you can simply click through the children here one at a time. Okay, so take the next child alphabetical, that would take to the last child alphabetical, this to the first child in the list, then next, previous, etc. If you want to find a child quickly, you can simply click here, look on the last name button, and simply type in the first few letters of the child's last name, say OK to that, and that will take you to the child that you're looking for. If you want to find by first name, you would simply click on this button here. To see a complete list of all the children, you can always click here, look on this icon here, and this will show you a complete list of all the children. Okay, you can always focus on a child here too if you want to. So for example, look, if we focus our mouse on Tom Elliott there, when we leave this window, you'll find that you're focused on the child that you're focused on in the other window. Now everything you do in this system is just a mouse click away. For example, to enter a new child, look, you would simply click here, enter new child, add new child, and you'd fill in the boxes here. Wherever you see the finished here, that will always return you here to the main screen. If you want to print anything from the system, once again it's a simple mouse click away. So for example, look, if I focus here on January 2013 and I say all children's invoices, this will bring up a print preview of all the children's invoices. I can zoom in and zoom out. Okay, if I want to go to the next page, look, I can see the next page, Joe Blogs, Phyllis Briggs. Now if I click the printer icon now, that will print all the children's invoices. If I want to save those as a PDF, I would simply click there. And if I have signed up for the email functions, I could simply click on an icon here and that would email all those invoices to each individual parent. So if you don't want to print, you would just click exit. The point I'm trying to make is, for example, look, if you click on a statement today, you will always get a chance to look at the report first. And if you're looking at more than one page, you can flick through the arrows one at a time here. If you want to print, you click the printer icon. If you want to save it as a PDF, click on there. If you want to email it, just click on that icon there. If you don't want to do either, just click exit preview. For example, if I wanted to see a quick report of the occupancy of the setting, I could simply go here to occupancy. I could say used places, and that will bring me up an instant report of the occupancy of the nursery. So for example, look, we've got January, February, March, April, as far ahead as you want to go. We've got the bunnies room, the ducklings, the squirrels, the owls room, etc. It would show me how many children I got in Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, etc. For the bunnies, for the ducklings, the squirrels, and a grand total at the bottom here for the whole of the nursery. So at any time you could simply click on this report and it would show you your occupancy. Another useful feature too, if you go to occupancy here and choose charts, if I say for example tomorrow, that will bring up an instant chart showing me, look, how many under 12 months children I got, how many children 12 months to 2 years, and how many children 2 to 3, and how many children over 3. Another way to see your occupancy is to simply focus on the month you want to have a look at. So for example, February 2013, you would double click. This action will open the numbers window. We'll say yes to that. And this will bring us into the numbers window, where you can quite clearly see a list of all the children and their bookings. You can select a week here, for example, week 2, and apply the dates. That would change the dates here. It will also check to see if there's any extras, etc. be added in for that week. And it will tell you exactly how many children you have in Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, etc. It will also tell you here how many staff you need to cover those children based on their ages as of these dates here. To print registers, you simply click the buttons here. To parents to sign in and out sheets, you would click here. Nappy charts, etc. click there. Office lists, etc. There's loads of information that you can get out of this window, but we will show you this in another video clip. So in the meantime, look, we'll just click finished here. The point we're trying to make is to print your registers at any time, you simply double click the month you want to have a look at. Now, before you started using the system, you would have to set up a few parameters of your own. So for example, you'd go to management at the top, room or group names, and you'd enter your room or group names here. As you can see, look, we've got bunnies, ducklings, squirrels, owls, etc. The system comes up to 6, but you can have more on request. You would also have to go to management at the top and build up your price list. So for example here, I did a price list, and you can see, look, we've got a price list here that we've inbuilt, but you can add to that at any time simply by clicking on new fee and adding your sessions in here. Okay, you can see we've got an AM here, an AM plus lunch, we've got a PM, we've got a 9 till 4 session, we've got a full day, we've got a full time. You can have as many in the list as you want to. You can also tell the system, look, if you have different fees for different age groups at your nursery. So for example, you can have a baby rate, a 2 to 3 rate, and an over 3 rate. Okay, you can put the times in that session took in and out, and you can say whether that child will be there at lunchtime or tea time. So you would have to spend a few minutes in here building up the price list for your particular nursery. Okay, finished here. Now also, all nurseries operate differently, so you would have to go to management at the top here, edit the bank holes. Now then, if your setting does make deductions for bank holidays, you could simply put the dates in here. If you don't make deductions for bank holidays, then you would simply ignore those dates. Okay. And also with the system, do bear in mind that you can have some children whose fees are calculated on actual days in a calendar month. So for example, this particular child here, look, his fees are being calculated on a calendar month, so the fees will be different each month. Okay, we've also told the system that we do deduct bank holidays, so it will deduct the bank holidays automatically for us. If your setting though does prefer to bill the parents on an average basis, you can just go to management at the top here, do the bank hole for the averaged. Okay, so we've set this system up so the fees are calculated on the weekly fee times 51 divided by 12. Okay, for those children that have been flagged as average. Okay, you can set it up differently if need be. For example, you can set it up as a 52-week year or 50-week year, just depending on how you prefer to operate. So let's just click finished here, shall we? And we'll just find a child here. Look, we'll go to Jeremy Ellis. Now, can you see that his fees now are calculated on weekly fee times 51 divided by 12 to give us a regular calendar monthly payment due. Okay. You'll notice here that his fees do reduce. That's because the child is 3, and we've told the system that we want to reduce the children's fees when they become 3, and again when they become 2. The point I'm trying to make is this: with this system, you can have some or all children whose fees are based on an average basis, so the amount's the same each month, or you can have some or all children whose fees are based on a calendar month, so the amounts will be different each month. The choice is yours. You can also decide whether to deduct or not to deduct bank holidays. So we've put all our settings in now, and we've added all our children into the system. We showed you how to do that simply by clicking on Enter New Children. So let's just flick through these children now, look, one at a time. You'll see their various bookings, but we get to Charlie Adams here, look, and he hasn't got a booking yet. We've told the system that we're going to calculate this child's fees based on a calendar month, actual days in the month. So for example now, look, all we need to do now we'll say we're going to start using this system from January 2013. We're going to say this child is going to be in the buddies room. Okay, and here, now this would be our price list. So for example, we could say that this child is coming for a 9 till 4 session. Okay, he's going to be doing that every day. If he isn't doing that every day, for example, look, we can cancel the Wednesday. So we're saying now this child's coming 9 till 4 on a Monday, 9 till 4 on a Tuesday. Let's change this, for example, to say we're just doing an AM on the Thursday. Save sessions and finished here. So now we have a booking for that child. Okay, as we add further months now, you can see how simple it is. We've also told the system that we are going to make deductions for bank holidays, so it will automatically deduct those bank holidays for this child if there is one in that particular month. Okay, so this child's fees are going to be different each month because we've flagged the child as actual days and it's based on a calendar month. If we want to change that any time, for example, if the parents say, look, from March we're going to add a Wednesday, you would simply focus on there. And you can see now this child's bookings have completely changed from March onwards. You can add the months here as far ahead as you please. For example, look, July, August, September, and it's automatically calculated the fees for that particular child. Now you've seen me add these months manually here, but in the real world, when you've got a lot of children in the system, for example, we've got over 100 children here in the system now, okay, with their fees showing up until April 2013. But if I want to add the May month now, for example, I simply go to management at the top. I would add batch months. I would choose the year. I would choose the month, which is May. I click add the selected month. I'd say yes to that. 75 months have been added, say OK to that. That would also check for leavers. Finished here. As we flick through the children now, look, you will see they will all have their May month showing. So in a matter of minutes you can have all the months showing as far ahead as you please. It wouldn't have added a month to Charlie Adams because that month was already there for that child. So here we are, look, in January 2013, and we've got all our bookings showing right up until September 2013. Okay. But let's supposing we did want to make a change to that child's bookings, we could simply focus on the month here, modify sessions, and let's say, for example, that was going to be an AM on a Tuesday. It should not have been a full day. And also, just for this exercise, look, let's say we're going to give that child a 5% discount. We can apply the change and copy down. So you can see quite clearly now we've completely changed that child's bookings. Now look, he's doing a 9 till 4 on a Monday, an AM on a Tuesday, doesn't come on a Wednesday, an AM on a Thursday, and he's doing a 9 till 4 there. We've also given that child a 5% discount, and the fees are automatically calculated for us. It would also automatically reduce that child's fees from March, because that child would then be 2 by the beginning of March, and his fees would be calculated accordingly. If, for example, the parents said that from June I'm going to add a Wednesday, you would simply focus on there, you would put in there, and it was a Wednesday PM if you like. And once again, copy down if you want to. And you can see quite clearly now, look, that that child from June onwards is also attending a Wednesday PM. And you'll notice once again that everything we've done here has been the click of a mouse. If, for example, the parents told us that Charlie Adams would be leaving at the end of September, we simply click on this button here, we type in the date, the leave date would be recorded here, and when we add further months it won't add one to this child because it will recognise that there is a leave date showing there for that child. So everything is automatic. Once that leave date has passed, you will simply click on View Leavers, and all the children that have left in the system you would see here, and these are all the children in the system that have got leave dates in the past. So all you have to do is to make sure that you enter the leave date for the children when they're leaving. So let's just find another child in the system here, shall we? We click on Find a First Name, and we type the first few letters of the child's first name here. That will take us to Charlotte Frake. Okay. Now Charlotte will be over 3 beginning of January, so she will be entitled to the early years free entitlement, and you can see that the red G showing here denoting that. Okay, so if we click on the EYFE tab here, you can enter a manual amount here if need be for the funding, and that would take that amount of money off of that child's fees for the early years free entitlement, or you could put how many hours it is they're claiming per month here. So for example now, look, when we focus on January, this child's invoice, here we are, look, focused on Charlotte Frake. It will show her normal fees here. It will say that she's claiming 15 hours free a week and that 47.5 hours have been paid for by the local authority, with a net amount showing at the bottom there. Now then, we will deal with the early years free entitlement, because it's quite a large subject. We'll be dealing with that in a separate video clip. But for the time being, you can see how simple it is to have the free entitlement showing for each child in the system. So let's just find another child in the system here, shall we? Last name Barton. So here we are focused on Mary Barton. Now Mary doesn't attend on a Tuesday, but let's suppose that the parents ask for Mary to have an extra in January. You could simply click on the extra tab here, add the extra. We'll say it's going to be Tuesday the 8th of January, okay, and we're going to say it was a full day extra. Save that there, finished it. So you can see that extra has now been added to Mary's account, and it's also been added to the balance here. You can see a record of the payments made so far here, okay, and at any time you can simply click on the statement to date and you will see a record of the transactions. There's the fees due, there's the extras, there's any payments made, and this is the balance outstanding. If you then receive a payment from Mary's parents, for example, here, click on Add a Payment, and we'll say £500. We'll say that that was a cheque. Automatically the balance is updated for you. Okay, let's suppose they make another payment here now, and this was £325, and this was a voucher if you like. You can put the voucher company name in if you want to. You don't have to. Okay, so there's the payment showing here, and the balance has been corrected accordingly. Now if you look at the statement to date now, you quite clearly see, look, there's the fees due, there's the extra, there's the payments made so far, and the balance is now £312. You can also store deposits paid here, for example. If that was a deposit that you like to hold until the child leaves, you would store it in there, okay? And it would show here in this column. If you do take registration fees that are not refundable, you can simply click on there and enter that there, and they would be stored here. Those deposits and registration fees would not come off the child's balance then. So at any time, if the parents did query their fees, you could simply click on a statement to date and give them a statement. If they query their payments, you could always go here and you'll see a list of all that child's payments recorded here. So you can see that provided these bookings are correct and you keep these up to date and you enter the payments on a regular basis, if the child has any extras, add the extras. Everything is up to date for you, and all the information you get from now on is a simple click of a button. Now, there are far too many features for us to show you in a single video clip. So please have a look at Tour 2, then have a look at some of the other video clips that focus on more specialised subjects, for example, financial occupancy, early years free entitlement, etc. You'll be able to see those and other video clips on this website. So thank you for watching.